Good afternoon, everyone. Some things it's hard to understand. When you lose someone you love and care about and cared about you and your children, it's with a doctor 10 years. I had to leave for 3 years to come and take care of my son. After my son got shot, this man waited on me 3 years. He would come see me. He would come see me, help me, make sure I was okay, make sure my son was okay. But I knew he couldn't relocate because of the business. After I lost the son, January the 20th of 2017, at my son's funeral, it was horrible. A lot of people disregard the way that I felt, but Dr. Kirk didn't. My son's father bought a house in Indiana. I didn't want to move to Indiana because I knew their health care wasn't good for our other son, who was a quadriplegic on a ventilator. This is the hardest part. He came and got me. He told my family, he said, I got her. Don't worry about it. Because of the fact that my kid's father stopped paying rent because he wanted me to move to Indiana, and I didn't want to. We had cohabit trying to take care of our son, and each time that I didn't do what he liked it, what he liked, then there was repercussion behind it. Taking care of a quadriplegic child on your own is not easy at all. Every day, all night, because even when he came home, he was still ill. You suction him like 15 times a day and night. When the doctor told my family, he was like, I'm going to get a moving company to come and move her back home. That was on a Saturday. On the 27th of January of 2017, even though they didn't come until that Thursday, he took me back home with him, me and my grandson. My son moved to Indiana with his dad. He let his father con him into moving into Indiana with him and his girlfriend. But I knew this young lady wouldn't stay long because it's too hard. And I expressed that to her, but this is something they wanted to do. So my son grown, he doing good, he doing better, he know his care. I allowed that, even though I know I got guardianship for him, but I can't place him anywhere, any residential place that I wanted to. It wasn't really a year that she left. She left my son in critical condition. He's a diabetic now. I have extra work to take care of him, taking blood, something he didn't have. giving them insulin shots. He's a quadriplegic on a ventilator. When I went back down to Bloomington, you know what this doctor did? He told me to look for a house so I could bring my son down there with us. And I never had to leave again. I moved down there, excuse me, February the 1st of 2018, 17, I'm sorry. That April, we started looking for a house. He told me to look. We looked, we saw. Where's gone? Then he decided to wait because the taxes he had to pay was an enormous amount. So from April to September, after he paid his taxes, I say, babe, start back looking for a house. He said, because my taxes is not going to be as much as they were. And I want to get this house. So I looked for that house. Most houses I complained about, he said. So we found this house. It was beautiful. 4 bedrooms, 4 bath, 3.5 car garage. We was so excited. I say, bid on it, baby. He said, I'm going to bid on this house because this is the only house you didn't complain about. You really like this house. And he did too. In October of 2017, we bid it on the house. It was wonderful because what we bid it on, with the price of the house, they accepted our bid. November the 14th, we moved in. He was preparing whatever needed to be done on the house. That second day, he started doing it, having it done. November, he wasn't doing good to me. Like he wasn't remembering things and, that he normally would do. So December the 15th, and we just been in this house a month, getting prepared to bring my son home. And it just didn't look right. Friday, he went to the office. He came in, he laid down. He waited on patients that day. Saturday, he was tiptoeing. And I would talk to him, and he would just like glaze, like a glaze, tiptoeing around the house and say, babe, you need to go to the hospital. There's something wrong. Because really, we thought it was from him falling back in April and injuring himself, that he had a concussion, and maybe this was affecting him. Well, we took him to the hospital. They did a CAT scan, and they found out he had 5 tumors unoperable. Just moved in his house to bring my son home. Not just that, now my son in critical condition. Even though he was a white man, and people had these stories about and what they do to black people. No, he was an outstanding white guy. White, honorable man. for him to do something like that, and want the best for us as a couple. We build, but we build together, and that's what people didn't understand. He wasn't a rich doctor when I met him, and I networked with him. I worked in an office with him. I saw all the devils come out. I saw people just taking over. The first thing his mom said was, well, y'all need to move back to the house that y'all was in. One day I walked up. I stayed at the hospital with him every night but one night. And that's because I found out they had him sign the DNR, which was, we not married. That was their child, you know. So I was really upset because you come to me and say, what do you want us to do? I asked you to wait because this was trauma for all of us. I had just lost my son, and his mom had just lost her daughter from pretty much the same thing he had. So I stayed home that whole night, cleaning up, sterilizing. We had a big house. And when they did surgery on him, I saw his mom get his checkbook and writing checks. And what she said to him is that I took all your money out of your account because you know what they would do. They might freeze your account. And I'm saying to myself, freeze his account for what? He's not on anyone no money like that. He was always paying his bills. He was always. His bills, once he got on his feet and he was able to do the things, he did even more. See, mothers think they know everything about their kids. They only know what they tell them. Anything he did for me, she would get mad about. But I was the one at the office taking care of the patients. They would come in there depressed. I would never let them do that. Half of the time, I didn't even get paid working there. But I never lived without anything I wanted. So his mom told me, she said, well, do y'all have a will? I said, I don't know. She said, well, if you don't have a will, then everything is going to his daughter. So she had his lawyer write up a quick deed. After he got out the hospital, he don't know about it because he really not thinking. She said, oh, the lawyer came up with a good idea. It's just until you die. It's just until you die. I said, babe, that is a quick deed. As soon as you sign that, I will have no means of this house. He took his hand off the pen. So she says to him, she asked him again, she asked him 3 times. And he told her, who do you want to have the house? He said, Keela. He said, Keela 3 times. And these are upstanding people that I thought never had problems with them, loved me to death, but I pretty much stayed away from them because this is what he told me that they would do, you know. Um, he really never wanted me to be in the company of them without him. He told me his mom liked to pick people. So she resigned as his power of attorney. So, you know, first of all, she pushed me. She was up in there, she going through his bank account. She thought everything was for me, but it wasn't. I'm the one that went shopping for him. He didn't shop. I don't think he shopped for his shoes and, his medical stuff that he needed, nutrition or going to seminars, but going to shop for himself, gym shoes. He loved gym shoes. He said because when he was married, he couldn't buy the things that he wanted to buy because he had to take care of his wife. My first gift to him was a watch. He cried. He said, I have never had a watch. And that watch meant just the little things that I did. He's a man that never wanted anything from me. Never. He wouldn't take money from me. He didn't ask me for money. He paid the bills. When I know he needed my help, I helped him. I made him take it. Because he was, at a time, a struggling doctor. He wanted a lot for us. He gave me this letter. Because I had to move. Because the family, now they moved my son down there. So I had to take care of him and my son. He was no longer walking. My body felt like an 80-year-old woman. Because he used to fall, I used to have to get him up by myself. It got bad where I had to start calling the ambulance to help me get him up if he fell. And one day he just didn't walk again. So now I got him and my son. I got to do a bowel program on him. I got to change him. Everything I was doing for my son, I had to do for him besides suction him. I had to feed him. I did this by myself. One day his daughter came in and said, my daddy ashy. I looked at her. Like, he ashy, get the lotion and oil him down. Then I became a caregiver and not a girlfriend. So one day the nurse told me, she said, they call you his caregiver. I said, I've been with this man 10 years. I'm not his caregiver. I'm his girlfriend. Every day, from the time his mother resigned as his POA, which I knew was fraudulent, it wasn't a real POA, and the letter she gave me wasn't notarized, gave him that she was resigning. So as I went to take care of my son up in Northwestern Hospital, because I had him transferred from up in Indiana to Northwestern, this lady called the police, told the police somebody had broken his office and stole 2 credit cards. When the officers came to the house, I let them in. Long as they talked to me nice, I let them in so they could see, the family want to well be in check. Okay. But you're not going to knock on our door and talk to me crazy like I got to open my door. If something wrong with him, I knew to call hospice. I knew to do these things. They would make up lies. I said, officer, I said, I got on. I got his credit card. It said, denied by the bank. I said, hold up. His mother don't have. She resigned as his power of attorney. I told him they didn't did something. I say, here's my credit card. I'm paying his bills with my credit card. The officer looked. I say, he always had two credit cards at the office. I say, this is a way for them to stop him from using his money or doing anything for me because he always paid me, even being at home. He wouldn't even hire another office manager. I told him to hire his brother-in-law because I needed a year off because I had just lost my son. And his brother-in-law knew all the patients, and his wife had just died. And he needed a job. And I don't think your sister will want y'all to leave him out like that. She wrote his daughter a $10,000 check. She paid for his funeral out of his money. She did a lot of things to hurt me. Once she found out he wanted me to have a house. So my family started getting worried because these policemen is coming here, and for her to put her hands on me, that was a no-no. And I kept asking her, please stop getting in my face. He haven't did no more for me than I have done for him. Why do you have to get in my face? And when she pushed me, yes, I did push her back, even though she's 80. Actions cause reaction. That was the feistiness of her, of being controlling with her family. This man asked me not to give his bank book to his mother. He cried in my arms at night. When his family come and see him, he'll go lay in the bed. Soon as they leave, he out the bed. Well, who does that? I couldn't understand why he did that. And mostly, when I really think about it, because they badgered him about money or the house or this or that. You know where the house at now? It's in foreclosure. They just didn't want me to have it. So in turn, my family asked me, my kid's father, because his girlfriend had left. I bought this house for you. You need to just come on back up here, take care of our son. Get from down now, because I'm afraid that something may happen to you. Because Bloomington is a racist town. I had to think about that. I had to think about all of that at the time. I knew he signed the DNR. I knew my son was in critical condition. He had bad sores. All his insurance was up in Indiana compared, and I was down in Illinois in Bloomington. I had to bring my baby back. And I explained to him, because I knew what Dad's going to do. I lost the home. I lost my job. And I've been physically, mentally abused trying to take care of my son in this house. And they had the police called on me. Why? Because I don't want to sleep with him. Because it's with a man I stayed with and loved that's died, that I had to leave. And now I lost my home that he bought. And then to come back and live with an ex and being abused, and everybody coming before me and his son, he could watch me taking care of our son. He won't help. He won't do anything. You didn't ask me. Why should I have to ask you? If I leave and he here, did you feed him? No. Why? You didn't tell me he was home. Did you give him, did you take his blood? No. Why? Because he know his care. If he needed his blood taken, he would have told me, no, that's not how it go. What part of this being your son that you want nothing to do with his care? You watch me lift him, 250 pounds. I'm just 115 pounds. And you watched, and you sit there, and you abuse me, and you lie on me, because I won't sleep with you. And I refuse. I'll be homeless before I lay down with him. I done did everything I could to get these nurses in here, or get this agency to have the proper nurses in this house. As you see, I'm doing a lot of paperwork, getting things ready for court. I got so much stuff that I have to do. I have since filed for my son to get his own place and me being his caregiver. I don't know what may happen when somebody, they can't get their way with you and always trying to have you evicted out of a house that they claim they bought for you. I have been fighting for my sons and my daughter, my youngest two, with their dad for years. I don't deserve this, and neither do my son, because they're a good son. I have good sons. My son was a good boy. They love their father, but he never gave that love back to them. Once they got older, oh, my boys. These are my boys. Just a minute. These are my boys. I raised them. Yes, they had their father, but he is over the road truck driver. He wasn't ever there. Nobody helped me take care of them, not their grandparents. I did it by myself. I have built men. I have helped men build their business. I helped his dad build his business. I sent them to truck driving school. I paid the bills until we got on our feet. See, abuse is not always physical, but abuse could be emotional, mental. Totally can. I reached out to so many people. So many people. I have people to help. They couldn't do it. But the abuse I have to take just to take care of him and the lies that he tell people to make him look good. I couldn't be a bad person. I just don't let people control me. Oh, that hurt. That I can't do because just to take care of someone. It's hard, very hard. I miss my doctor because he always had me number one. Always. Always. I'm just trying to keep my battery charged. And hopefully, either things get better or I got big decisions to make sure my son is stable in a home. Thank you guys for watching. Don't let nobody control you no matter what your situation is. I'm not sad. Only thing that saddens me is to see the things that's happening or how people mistreat you, whether it's color or whatever it is. But it is what it is. It's help here. It's help out here somewhere. Enjoy your day, your Saturday. I am. Bye.